Where's Punta Gorda, Florida? What is this place? Why do people move here? Today we're talking about the who, what, when, where, and why of Punta Gorda, Florida. Yo, I'm Adrienne, longtime Florida realtor, and I'm here to help you get your Florida life. Happy Wednesday. I put out new videos every Wednesday, but you can subscribe and watch them any day you want. Let's start with who lives here and who moves here. Well, I live here. I'm Adrienne Andreae. Not an easy name to say, but I learned a long time ago if I throw the word yo in there, you can remember Adrienne. I grew up here in the 1980s. After high school, I went to college up north and moved around for several years in my 20s and part of my 30s. So I've lived here, I live here now, and I've moved here. I came back for two reasons. First, to live near family, and because Punta Gorda is an easy place to live. I had moved away because I was the typical small town kid who wanted to go out and experience all the things, including snow. Nobody told me it was more work than the pretty pictures implied. I talk a little bit more about my impressions of moving away and back in my Punta Gorda beaches video. But basically, I moved back because I realized there is something to living in a friendly place where the weather is nice. And that's who I see moving here too. To really answer the who, it's easier to talk about the why. Why do people move here? Of course, there is the weather, and I'll get to that in a minute. But first, let's talk about one of my most frequently asked questions. I get asked about activities and finding a social life just as much as I get asked about houses. If you're wondering about this too, let me tell you, this town is set up for people to do things and meet people. I am actually a rarity as somebody who is from here. The town is really made for people like you. It's part of our culture to be welcoming because most people came here from the north originally and they came here wanting to make friends and do things. That's why it's such a common question. Even if you're a little shy, you will find that your neighbors will come out and talk to you here. If you try a new club or join a team, that first time is not so hard because everybody is quick to introduce themselves. I actually think it's harder to be a recluse here than anything else. Second, let's get to the weather. While many people move here because they say they want to get out of the snow, there are other places to get out of the snow. It doesn't snow in Miami, for instance, but for most people who move to Punta Gorda, they see Miami as a great place to visit, but not where they want to live. That's why I named this channel Get Your Florida Life, because the people who move here are looking for a good place to spend a lot of time. Even if they're not full-time here, they want to feel like they're coming here and living a life, not just being a tourist in life. They like that the strangers here are likely to wave to you or even start chatting with you in the grocery store. They like that we have plenty of restaurants, shopping, live music, and things to do, but they don't need the Taylor Swift concert to roll up into their town. We'd rather live here and travel when needed. That leads me to the where, and how do you get here after all? Punta Gorda is north of Fort Myers and Cape Coral, about 45 minutes, and about an hour south of Sarasota. Tampa is about 2 hours away, Orlando is 3, and Miami is about 3 hours southeast. So again, if you need to get to a big city, it's easy, but you don't have to deal with the big city all day, every day. At the same time, it's easy to fly in here. I know it's easier than many small places to fly to because I have had many pilot customers who move here for the ease of our airports coupled with the good life here. Allegiant Air flies directly into Punta Gorda. Fort Myers has a regional airport, RSW, again, it's about 45 minutes away. Sarasota has an airport to the north. Personally, when I fly, I check all of them for the best deals and minimum stops. Punta Gorda Airport is obviously the easiest, but none are too difficult to get to. Okay, so we've done the who, why, and where. Let's talk about the what and the when. What is Punta Gorda? We're a small city in Southwest Florida located in Charlotte County. I used to say small town. That's still somewhat true, but we are growing. I talk about that often because I have to. If you're thinking about moving here or buying here, you need to know what's here, but you also need to know about the plans for change that are out there. For instance, I recently did a video on Sunseeker Resort, which is set to open in the fall of 2023. I'll link to that if you want to watch it. We've historically been known for fishing and boating, and while those activities are still huge here, there's a lot more going on here now too. We have a fantastic downtown, pickleball all over the place, including a pickleplex. We have golf, tennis, a visual arts center for art classes, hundreds of social clubs and hobby clubs. Like I said, people come here to have the life they dreamed about, to do the things they've always wanted to spend time doing. We are actually the only incorporated city in Charlotte County. Much of the rest of the county is taken up by Port Charlotte, which is north of the Peace River Bridge. I talk about Port Charlotte often too because I sell real estate there as well, and we'll probably do another video about Port Charlotte. Some people prefer one side of the bridge over the other. I do not. I have affection for both sides. I try to educate my customers and then let you decide what you like better. So you will see them both on this channel, but I didn't put it all in one video because I am conscious of your time and attention. So finally, let's talk about the when. There are 2 when questions I'm going to answer here. When was Punta Gorda incorporated? December 7th, 1887. It's kind of an old city in Florida, but practically nowhere else. When's the best time to move here? Look, I can get into when our season is, January through April-ish, and what I see on the market at different times. But the truth is, after working with hundreds of people relocating to Florida, I have learned that there is never a perfect moment for you to move, and there is also never a perfect amount of time for you to stay dreaming about being someplace else. So the when question is more of a question for you than it is for me. You have to decide when you're ready and able to take on your Florida life, and that's your answer for when. Thank you for watching. If you want to know more about what's going on Punta Gorda, check out my Around the Town playlist. I have videos on everything from local beaches to buying waterfront property. If you have questions, please reach out. I leave my contact information in the description, or you can just leave a comment and ask me there. I'd be happy to help. Thanks again. I'll see you next Wednesday.